Good morning and welcome to Radio Friends on Thursday, January the 9th. Pleasure to have you with us today. We've got Ken Midkiff. And if you read the Missourian, you know that Ken Midkiff has a column in the Missourian. How often?
Weekly.
Weekly.
Yeah.
Okay. A couple of weeks ago, I guess maybe it's closer to a month ago, I read one of your columns and that I thought was really outstanding.
Well,
and you were talking, all of them are good, Ken.
Thank you.
But this one in particular jumped out at me because you were talking about socialism.
Yeah.
And, you know, and we hear people going on, oh, I don't want socialism. I'm against socialism. That's no good. But you pointed out how we all take advantage of both capitalism and socialism. Now, somebody was saying, no, we don't have socialism.
Right.
We do.
We do. And I got into a disagreement with my brother-in-law. We were coming back from Colorado, and he was riding with me, and we were driving between Kansas City and here. And he says, well, we don't have socialism, and we'll take over and all that, and capitalism. And I said, just get out and walk. If you don't like socialism, I-70 is paid for with tax monies. And so, you know, while a lot of people think of socialism as controlling the production of goods, it goes well beyond that. It goes, you know, when all our tax monies, when government, whether it's local, state, or federal, makes a decision regarding our tax monies, that's socialism.
Right. Now, you talk about plowing the streets in the wintertime with snow plows.
Which they did this morning.
That's socialism, isn't it?
It is.
Yeah,
because those people are paid with our tax monies. And it's a communal decision, which is a communal decision is the same as socialism.
And when you have a municipal water supply, that's socialism.
It is.
I think a lot of people don't stop to think about that because we feel that we live in a capitalistic country, but more than 50% of our day and services that we expect in our day are socialistic. Is that the right term to use?
Correct, yeah. And even the capitalistic retail establishments, which we have a lot of in this community, depend on services produced by taxpayers. I mean, Walmart, for example, wouldn't exist without community water and community sewer. And I don't know about electricity. I think electricity is primarily controlled by the city.
Mm-hmm. And that's socialistic, yeah.
And so Walmart, while it is a capitalistic venture and investments are made into it, they also depend on the communal services, socialism, to provide services to themselves.
The streets that run in front of Walmart or any locally owned store are maintained by our tax dollars.
Yeah, I don't mean to pick on Walmart.
No, I know exactly what you're saying.
Any big company, Lowe's, Home Depot, Office Depot, and as well as small local companies, all depend on what the community provides.
Yeah. Now, I think when a lot of people think of socialism, they think of, Social Security is socialism.
Right.
Now, how do you define that?
Well, I get Social Security.
So do I.
but I get Medicare too. And in a sense, we paid for those, but the government makes up the difference in what I haven't paid. So it's a combination of socialism and capitalism. Mm-hmm. The capitalism would be, what I paid in, and the socialism part is what the government provides.
So how do you make an argument, or if you want to call it that, or a discussion with somebody who simply refuses to accept the fact that we do depend on socialism in this country?
Well, I tend not to engage in discussions with anyone who has a different opinion. I have my opinion, they have their opinion, and they leave me alone, I leave them alone.
Okay. All right. So that was our topic there. We do enjoy socialism in the United States. When you look at the roads, you look at the interstate, you look at the county roads, the city streets, they're all controlled because of socialism.
Correct.
Okay. One other thing that you wanted to touch on briefly here was water. clean water.
Yeah, and there's a misconception that once a total maximum daily load, or TMDL, is done, that a water body is removed from the impaired water bodies list.
Okay, I don't understand. Explain.
A total maximum daily load is how much of a substance is flowing into a stream that impairs it. Take Hinkson Creek, for example. The EPA total maximum daily load study was done in 2011, January 2011, about 10 years ago, almost 10 years ago. And it's an unknown pollutant that's causing impairment of the water. Hinkson Creek does not.
It's an unknown pollutant?
It's an unknown pollutant. They speculated, EPA speculated that the unknown pollutant was contained in stormwater runoff. But that was speculation. It's an unknown pollutant that's causing Hinkson Creek to be impaired. It doesn't meet the expected range of aquatic life. There are some pollutants in the water that cause it to be actually polluted. And so, we filed a lawsuit in 1998 for Hinkson Creek to be cleaned up. 21 years later, and the stream is actually getting a little bit worse, depending on who you listen to or which set of statistics you have.
Now, some people will say, well, and we're almost out of time here, Ken, but some people will say, well, what difference does that make? How is that affecting my clean drinking water?
Well, it doesn't affect the clean drinking water because that's coming from the Missouri River and it's cleaned up, and all sorts of additives, chlorine and atrazine and all sorts of stuff are put into the drinking water. But Hinkson Creek used to be, many years ago, a favorite swimming hole and a fishing hole, and it's no longer either. It's contaminated by E. coli, which is contained in mammalian excrement. And it could be us, or it could be geese, and it could be anything. But it's also, that's the latest contamination. Hinkson Creek is just basically an open sewer, and it's getting worse, not better.
Okay. If people want more information on this, what can they do?
They can email me at 12midkiff@gmail.com.
Or what about the Sierra Club?
Or the Sierra Club.
All right. Okay, Ken, thank you so much for coming by. It's always a pleasure chatting with you and eye-opening also.
I'll go back and put my coat on.
Okay. All right. Ken Midkiff, I appreciate coming by, and I do enjoy your articles in the Missourian.
Well, I never have a problem stating my opinion.
Right, you don't. All right, we're out of time for today. Tomorrow, the National Federation of the Blind. Drop me an email, something you'd like to hear or see, pepperp@missouri.edu.